Have you ever felt like you were carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? Like your whole community was banking on you to succeed? That's Obi Okonkwo's life in a nutshell. He's a young Nigerian man who scores a sweet scholarship to study in England. Everyone back home is hyped. They see him as their golden boy. They think he's gonna come back and change everything. Obi's got big dreams too. He wants to use his education to uplift his people. He's got this fire in his belly to make a difference. But guess what? England is a whole different ballgame. They don't tell you about the sting of racism or the coldness of a foreign land. They don't prepare you for feeling like you don't belong anywhere. Not quite Nigerian, not quite British. And to make matters worse, life back home is changing fast. The old ways are clashing with the new. The traditions Obi grew up with feel a million miles away. It's like he's caught between two worlds, man. Can you relate? Imagine this. Your family, your entire village, they've all chipped in to send you abroad. They're sacrificing so much, putting all their hopes and dreams on you. That's a lot of pressure, right? Well, Obi's feeling the heat. He's supposed to be this perfect son, this shining example of success. But life doesn't always go according to plan, does it? He's struggling to make ends meet in expensive England. His salary barely covers his bills, let alone the endless requests for money from back home. Talk about a guilt trip. Everyone expects him to be loaded, to solve all their problems. They don't see the struggles he's facing, the sacrifices he's making. It's like he's trapped in this web of expectations, suffocating under the weight of their hopes. He loves his family, he wants to help, but it's never enough. Have you ever felt that pressure, that need to constantly prove yourself? Before we continue, if you're enjoying the content, hit like and subscribe for more insightful summaries. One of the most frustrating things for Obi is the cultural gap. It's like no matter how hard he tries, he can't bridge the divide between his Nigerian upbringing and his British present. It's in the way people look at him, the way they talk to him, the assumptions they make. He's caught between two worlds, the traditional values of his tribe and the modern, westernized world he now inhabits. It's like he's lost in translation, his own identity constantly being questioned. Imagine trying to explain your culture, your values to someone who just doesn't get it. Frustrating, right? And it's not just the British, even his relationship with his own people is strained. They see him as too British, too influenced by Western ways. He's no longer one of them, not really. It's like he's lost his place, his sense of belonging. Can you imagine feeling like an outsider in your own home? Let's talk about love. Obi falls head over heels for Clara, a beautiful woman he meets in London. Sounds romantic, right? Except there's a catch. Clara's an OSU. In Obi's Igbo culture, that means she's considered taboo, untouchable. It's an ancient belief system that he's always questioned, but now it's standing in the way of his happiness. Talk about a dilemma. Obi's love for Clara clashes with his family's traditional beliefs. They're horrified by his choice. They feel betrayed. It's like he's choosing between the woman he loves and his family, his culture. Heavy stuff, right? This is where the novel gets really interesting. Chinua Achebe throws down this bombshell, this clash between love and tradition, and forces us to confront our own prejudices. What would you do? Would you choose love even if it meant turning your back on everything you've ever known? Remember how Obi went to England with all these noble aspirations? He wanted to fight corruption to make a difference? Well, the irony is that he ends up getting sucked into the very system he despises. The pressure to succeed, the constant demands from back home, they take their toll. He starts taking bribes, justifying it as a way to survive, to please everyone. It's a slippery slope, man. One minute you're this idealistic young man, the next you're compromising your values for a quick buck. It's like the system itself is designed to corrupt, to break you down. And you know what's even more tragic? Obi's downfall isn't even his fault entirely. It's the weight of expectations, the corrupting influence of colonialism. It's like he never stood a chance. Makes you think, doesn't it? In the end, Obi's story is a tragedy. He ends up broken, disillusioned, a shadow of the ambitious young man who first set foot in England. His dreams lie shattered, his spirit crushed by the weight of his experiences. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes, even with the best intentions, we can lose our way. But No Longer at Ease isn't just a personal tragedy, it's a commentary on a society in transition, caught between two worlds. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about colonialism, corruption, and the clash between tradition and modernity. So what do you think? Was Obi destined to fail? Or is there a glimmer of hope in his story? Hit the comments section and let's discuss. We reached the end, but before you leave, join our community of passionate readers by simply subscribing to our channel, where your love for knowledge and great stories truly matters.